Hey guys, it's Neon for CLOWNFISH TV, and oh my god, the trailer for Star Wars Resistance dropped yesterday, and people freaking hate it. They hate it. Look at this. 21,000 downvotes. 21,000 downvotes compared to 6,000 upvotes. Of course, Star Wars Resistance is the sequel era Star Wars animated series. Dave Filoni is not involved in day-to-day operations of this particular show, and it does show. I mean, I was actually going to do a video yesterday with my reactions to the series. Being a fan of Rebels, being a fan of Clone Wars, I was actually excited about Resistance because I thought maybe finally we would get some answers as to where the Resistance came from, where the First Order came from, and, you know, Clone Wars, the series, actually made the prequels better, and I was kind of hoping that they would put something out that would make the sequels better for people like myself who haven't really liked the sequels all that much, to put it mildly. But I checked out the trailer, and I don't like it. I don't like the art style. The cell shading to me looks very kind of cheap. Like, it doesn't look like the same caliber of animation that Clone Wars and Rebels had. It looks very, very young. Everything about this show looks very, very young. And granted, it's, you know, for kids, but I keep looking at this, I keep thinking this is like a Nickelodeon Junior, like a Bob the Builder in space kind of a show, because it looks really off. They said that they were going to do more of an anime style for this show, but I was thinking it was actually going to be like more anime, like Voltron on Netflix. I did not expect them to go the cell shaded route, but again, it's easier and cheaper to do that than it is to go full on anime. But I'm really I don't like it. It looks very, very young. Again, I think this is probably for kids, obviously, for little kids. I mean, little kids. This show looks way, way younger than Clone Wars and Rebels. And the humor just seems really kind of off too. Again, this is my first impression, but it's not great. I'm not impressed really at all with it. It does look very, very cheap compared to the previous two series. But yeah, holy God, there's 500,000 views and 21,000 downvotes. Now, are people downvoting it because they're really not happy with where Star Wars is right now? Yeah, I think that might play into it, but I really think that people just were not feeling this, because you compare this to the Clone Wars trailer. Of course, Clone Wars is returning to Disney's streaming service with another season, and you look at this, 270,000 upvotes for Clone Wars with only 9,000 downvotes. Clone Wars was crazy popular. Clone Wars was freaking awesome. And Clone Wars was like with my son, like Clone Wars was his Star Wars. That was his introduction to Star Wars. It means a lot to a lot of people. But it's a totally different, I mean, you look at the animation quality in Clone Wars compared to, you know, it just looks like Star Wars. And this just kind of looks like some Nickelodeon show. It just doesn't, it looks very childish, and I'm not feeling it. But again, Dave Filoni is not involved in the day-to-day of Star Wars Resistance. Again, I think this shows in the art style. Now, this is an article coming from comicbook.com. Both Star Wars: The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels have been lauded for their compelling stories, thanks in large part to the vision of producer Dave Filoni. Yes, I completely agree with that. He's absolutely awesome. Who helped bring both series to life. Filoni has accomplished so much within the medium that many fans put his name at the top of the list of directors they'd like to see tackle a number of different live-action or theatrically released projects. Yes, give Dave Filoni a freaking Star Wars movie, and I think you would shut up a lot of the haters. I really do. Filoni's awesome. While Filoni is involved with the next animated project for the saga, Star Wars Resistance, the director admitted he hasn't been as directly involved with each step of the show's development. Yeah, I'm thinking that is definitely the case. Resistance is a bit different in that I'm not on that day-to-day, Filoni noted to IGN. I created it and set it in motion, but I've given that to other people to raise up, people I've worked with a long time who I think deserve the opportunity to tell stories, and I think it's exciting. I give them my thoughts and notes. I was just doing that this morning, like George would give me, so that's fun. Yeah, I mean, I get that, you know, you have to bring some other people into it. I mean, Filoni's kind of got like the Filoni-verse, I guess, going on with these animated series. But again, they're pretty consistent in their look and the tone. They felt like they easily could have been filmed, that they easily could have been movies. They actually felt like they belonged in the Star Wars universe. Again, this is just an early trailer, but my personal reaction to Resistance is it looks like a Nickelodeon show. It doesn't look like Rebels or Clone Wars, and I'm just not feeling it. And the humor and everything, and even the character designs, they don't really look Star Wars to me. They look kind of generic anime style. Like, I mean, really, this show just doesn't scream Star Wars to me. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not real excited about it. I was excited at the prospect of a show fleshing out the sequels, kind of like Clone Wars did for the prequel era. And I was hoping it would actually add another layer to the sequels, make them more palatable, you know, for people like myself who just haven't liked them. But I don't think this is going to be the series that does that. But yeah, I'm not alone. 21,000 people, 21,000 downvotes. Let's refresh this and see if it's gone down anymore. 22,000. Oh my God, just in the 30 seconds since I checked it, 22,000 downvotes. Let's check out some of these comments real quick before we log off on this video. All I want is Disney to be the corporate version of the Titanic. Ooh, and so far we're getting there. Frowny face. They'll pay for their lack of vision. With Clone Wars coming back, what's the point? I actually kind of agree with that, but you've forgotten the first rule of mass media, Disney. Give people what they want. 533 upvotes on that. The Winglet could animate better than this. Felt a great disturbance in the comments. I felt a great disturbance in the comments, as if millions of voices cried out in repulsion and were suddenly deleted. I fear something terrible has been animated. Oh my God. What the blankety blank is this doing under my name? Poor Mickey. Star Wars Resistance trailer after the Clone Wars trailer. Don't worry, we're still flying half a ship. Oh my God. How does Avatar: The Last Airbender, a show that came out 13 years ago, have far better animation than this? That's a good question. I mean, it just looks really cheap. I mean, I understand that, you know, this stuff is expensive. I mean, any animated series is expensive, but the cell shading, I just don't think that look works well for this. It makes it very bright and almost too cartoony. It just does not look like it belongs in the Star Wars universe, and the facial expressions and everything else. It looks like a Nick show. It looks like a Nick Jr. show. Not excited. So what are your thoughts? Comment below. I'm kind of curious to see what you think about Resistance. I don't have any excitement for it now. I was kind of looking forward to it just out of curiosity, but now that I know Filoni's not involved in the day-to-day and I'm looking at this trailer, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. So subscribe for more pop culture news, more gaming videos, more art videos here on CLOWNFISH TV. This has been Neon. I'll talk to you later.